Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another video of the Sand League Alternate Series as we find ourselves then for the season preview of season number 8. But first we need to talk about the previous season first, as we see right here with the Gyro standings. It was Emerson Gomez who won the title with 16 points advantage to Sebastian Muller, and as you can see the Brazilian had a very good start in the first 5 races, but then he did fall off a bit in the last 5 races with only 2 podiums. And then you got Sebastian Muller, who had a bit of a trouble start, a lot of struggles there, but then towards the middle of the season he started to improve and was very close there to catch Emerson Gomez, but it was just not enough. And then you see Sven Halbert there in third place pretty much finishing on the podium in the first 7 races of the season, but then he ended up breaking that streak on round number 8 with the P5 finish. But yeah, still third place, very close to second place, so yeah, good challenge there to the German driver in this season. And then as you can see from the constructors, it was FCR who took their second constructors title there, as LSA took the second, and yeah, things didn't started well for the Canadian team, but then they managed to come back towards the second half of the season, and for LSA it was pretty much the opposite that ended up happening to them. And then we see here SCP with a nice third place there. It was their best finish so far in this series, so let's see what can he do in this season. And now as you can see right here, we got the calendar for this season, as for some reason we're gonna have 4 races in Germany, as the process in the track selection was a little bit of a mess. And so that is pretty much why we got some tracks that ended up having to be pulled last minute. And so we see then here we got Bahrain here being the season opening with Sachsenring, then being the first of the German races here in the second round. That we got now some fictional tracks, which is now we're gonna see the return of these types of tracks since season 3 pretty much. But now as you can see here we got then Broad Oak, with then Le Mans we got the returning, then we got the debut of Vale Longa, which is also a real track. And then we see here, for some reason I got the name wrong, so yeah, that is not right, but it is Nürburgring here, which will be then starting the second half of the season. Then we're going to be returning to Portugal with Portimao, then we got Ring, then we got Assen also returning track, and then we're going to see Hell Valley then ending this season. Speaking a little bit further about this season, you can see some changes that are going to happen, and you can already see one of them on your screen right now. As you can see right here, we got the brand new logo for the Sandy League, and yeah, definitely a little bit more dynamic logo, and it doesn't really have the sort of secret number 1 that we saw on the previous logo, but on this new one still pretty nice. And so yeah, that's pretty much now the new logo for this series. And then you can see right here another thing that will be changing. It's going to be the point system, which is going to be essentially the same as it was in the previous season, but now it's going to be adapted now to only 9 teams, because now that's going to be a brand new rule. As we saw, Heritage Performance ended up leaving the grid to sort of join another team, Happy Racing team, and now there's only 9 teams, and apparently now the organizers decided to only limit the amount of teams to 9, and so yeah, now only 9 teams will be allowed to race in this league in order for them to be able to give a bigger stake to each of the teams, and so to help them become a little bit more stable and established. And so yeah, as you can see right here, then on the point system, in the first 7 positions nothing really changes. Then we see in P8 it's a difference of 1 point, and then from then on it's going to be a difference of 2 points, essentially the Jars getting 2 points less, so it's only the top 17 who get points. So once again, it is the driver who finishes in last place who's not going to get any points. And then we see the points for the fastest lap still being awarded, with pole position not awarding any points pretty much. So now we're gonna have to talk about the most important part of this season preview, which is going to be the teams and the drivers. So let's then have a look then into the team lineups for this season. So here we find ourselves then at the pre-season testing. You can see right here we're going to be then starting with the Constructors World Champions. They're not going to change their lineup for this season. We still got the 6 times World Champion then here, Sebastian Muller, which will then be driving alongside Victor Lewis, as you can see right here. So the Canadian, once again, he's been racing for them since season 6, and yeah, he got the win in this final race of the previous season, so he's gonna be coming in here very motivated, as the team definitely does look pretty strong once again. So let's see what can FCR do to secure yet another Constructors World title. And then looking in for the team that finished in runner-up position in the Constructors, you got then LSA with Emerson Gomez, then once again still racing for them, but this could potentially be his final season in this team, as he's now at 33 years old. And yeah, there are some concerns about him, as even though he won the title, that second half of the season was really not all that special, and yeah, they performed like that in the first half, he would have definitely not win that title. So let's see if he can get himself back up into the front, and let's see if he can defend in this driver's title. And then we see here it is Nicolas Ferenzi once again racing for them. So yeah, yet again we got another team with no driver changes, but yeah, let's see what can Nicolas Ferenzi do in this season. He's still 22 years old, so still very young, but yeah, can he bring that gap closer then to the Brazilian in this season or not? Then once again we got yet another team who has not changed their drivers, and there is going to be Scuderia Perracaros. We got then Sven Hallberg, who finished first in the previous season, and yeah, he's now starting to age just a little bit, but he's still very young and he still has quite a few seasons ahead of him, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, what matters is that he was quite happy with the team and very surprised with Scuderia Perracaro, considering that yeah, this last season was their best season with third place in the Constructors. As you can see, he's going to be then driving alongside the very experienced Carlos Leons, now at the 34 years old, but yeah, still running pretty fast. And yeah, let's see what can this team do then in this season. Can they finish then in the top 3 once again or not? And then we got another team that is not going to be changing their lineups, and yeah, well, we see a very young lineup here with Patrick Ivimak, who finished in P4 in the previous season, and yeah, he got I think 4 podiums, and he was a very strong driver as well, despite not getting any single race win, but still was definitely a lot more consistent and definitely closer to the big 3 drivers. So yeah, let's see what can they do, as Nordic Thunder does seem to be a little bit more promising in this season. So yeah, let's see what can they do then for this season. As then the finisher is going to be partnered up with Leonardo Suarez yet again, as Leonardo has been struggling just a little bit, but yeah, let's see if he can improve in this season or not. And now finally gonna see some driver changings here, as we got then Wolfforce, who had a bit of a disappointing season in season number 7, and so yeah, they ended up losing Dave Gibson because of that. He was definitely not happy with the team, and so they ended up hiring a driver who did pretty well for Lynx Racing in the previous season, and that's going to be Romain Grenier. As you can see right here, the Frenchman really was quite impressive, and yeah, he did pretty well, and so yeah, definitely proving that he can be racing in a senior team, and now he's going to be racing in a more prestigious team here. But yeah, let's see if they can get back to their older days where they were challenging towards the front, and let's see if this young man is going to be able to bring them into the top. As we then see his teammate's going to be Sara Garcia, and yeah, definitely the star of this team, as well as she, yeah, a bit surprising season. Maybe not the most impressive of the epic season, but still she beats a lot of the rookies from the previous seasons. We see then her now looking to improve, and obviously Clover's definitely counting on her and betting on her to improve, and yeah, maybe be also the future of this team. And then we move ourselves in with Lynx Racing here, and as you can see, it is Ivan Bulatov, who obviously was without a seat because of Erica's performance leaving, but he managed to then join Lynx Racing. Probably not the team that he would have liked to join, but it's not like he really had that many options on the table. But still, Lynx Racing didn't really do all that bad. They finished in P7, P6 in the constructors, and so yeah, they were definitely very impressive, and And yeah, let's see what can he do, if they can maintain that surrender form or not. And then we see here then Joachim Weber is going to be the other driver once again, looking to race with the Portuguese team. And yeah, let's see what can this driver then do in this season, driving for Lynx Racing yet again. And now we didn't see here yet another team here. Now it's going to be the not exactly a brand new team, but it's almost like a new team, as we got then Rapid Motorsports Collective, which used to be Rapid Racing Team in the previous season, but as you may know, Editor's Performance left the grid and a lot of the staff ended up joining these teams, so they sort of merged together here. So yeah, the two British teams now being combined into one, and with that it was only logical to then hire a British driver. As we see then here, Dave Gibson, who was definitely not happy with Full Force in the previous season, as they seemed like they were not really understanding this brand new regulation of cars pretty well, and so hopefully now he can get himself back towards the top in this season, as he's now 30 years old, so probably doesn't have that many years left. So, but yeah, it's definitely gonna be his last bet on his career, and so let's see what can he do then here. As then he's going to be joining then by one of the series veterans, of course, the driver who's been here since season 1, Jacob Zietek, who obviously did used to drive in Orange in his first 2 seasons with the Vioso Junior team. But yeah, it's going to be then staying with Rapid Motorsports Collective here, and yeah, let's see what can he do pretty much with this team. And now we move ourselves towards the junior teams for this season, the first one being then Nordic Blizzard here with a nice livery here. And yeah, we got then Soren Frederiksen from Denmark, still 22 years old, going for then yet another season, as he made his debut back in season 5. And yeah, comparing himself then to Romain Grenier, probably his career hasn't gone as well as the French career, but yeah, let's see still what can he do in this season, as and let's see if Nordic Blizzard can improve or not, as they desperately need in order for them to have a future as well. And then you see here Manuel Novak, who's been always towards the back of the pack here, and yeah, definitely not been easy for him, and hopefully he can still do better in the very next season. So yeah, hopefully you're gonna see that from him, and yeah, that's pretty much then here from the Austrian driver. Let's see if he can finally show some improvements in this series. And now then going into the final team, we got Volpe Ioca here, and he's gonna be starting then with the rookie from the previous season, Dorian Silvio, the driver from Romania, now 20 years old, and yeah, definitely a bit of a difficult season in the previous season, but he still managed to beat Wayne Godfrey, who already had 2 seasons under his belt. So yeah, probably not all that bad, considering that yeah, Volpe definitely did struggle quite a lot in the previous season. So let's see if they can now do much better than the previous time. So yeah, and then we got here the only rookie for this season, Martin Young. He's from South African, also 19 years old, and yeah, it's been essentially very popular age for the drivers to join in this series. And but yeah, this was something that we didn't talk about much, which is Challenger League, which is now the feeder series from of Sunny League. And yeah, he was the winner of season number 1, and it was definitely very dominant with 4 wins out of 5 races, and yeah, just really an amazing drive there. And now that has earned him a drive then for Volpe Ioca, who now hopes that he can do a lot better, at least from against Wayne Godfrey, who was definitely definitely not the best of drivers. But let's see what can Martin Young then do on his debut season, as there's definitely a lot of promise about him. And so yeah, let's see then how will things go for the South African young man. Now, before we end this video, we can see right here the results from the pre-season testing, and we got here the drivers sorted by fastest lap, which may give us some information, but it may not exactly be fully accurate as where each team is. As we see right here, although we can see LSA definitely doesn't look good, same with FGR, and even Lynx Racing appears to be good according to this ranking. But if we change things, like we see also our Nordic Thunder definitely not looking all that great here with Nordic Blizzard, but if we change now to the amount of laps that they did, or how fast they were actually, you can definitely see here much different picture. For instance, NTH suddenly bump themselves up there. We see LSA definitely looking also quite strong. We also see FCR up there. Even SCP is also up there, and yeah, Full Force still essentially where they were in the previous season, with then RMC probably not looking all that great. Nordic Blizzard also things don't look all that great, and yeah, suddenly we see Lynx Racing also kind of seems to be struggling here, but yeah, so that gives you some information about how things are looking like pretty much, and so yeah, and that's it for this video, as we will see you then with the start of Season 8 in the Bahrain circuit. So we'll see you there. Till the next time, and goodbye.